quarters in the chokehold. See too many youngins out here losing hope though. Pressure on my back, but I carried on my solo. Tired of the streets, all the hate and all the violence. We just tryna live, but they force us to survive it. Know some boys caught up in know some boys caught up in the system. They don't wanna see them thriving. Chains on their wrist, but they mind still climbing. Living in a world where the truth need timing.
TBH, to be honest, honestly, I'm using honesty. That's the best policy. I'm a good role model. That's why they rock with me. And I'm modest using modesty. And I'm different, I'm a prodigy.
Sun beaming, knowing how this three.
Welcome back to another episode on the Couch Potato Podcast where we get real about everything high school, the good, the bad, and even the stressful. On today's episode, we are taking a deep dive into a topic everyone struggles with at some point in their lives, the balance between student life, work life, and relationships. If you feel like you're juggling a million things and dropping all the balls, you're not alone. If you want to join the convo, you can call in 260-555-2797.
All right, let's just admit, being a high school student is hard. One, you got to try to ace all your classes, have good grades. Two, they want you to be social and try to make new friends. And three, they want you to play sports, join clubs. And then last of all, try to maintain your mental health. That's easy, right? No. But it's okay. It's okay to not be able to do all of them and be good at all of them. As long as you're trying your best to do everything that you can, you're good. I guarantee you. As long as you try, good's going to come out of it.
Mental health and academics should always be at the top of your mind. Your mental health is key. You should always have good mental health. And academics, you just need them. I know some people nowadays are not graduating high school or not graduating college, not going to college and still doing good. It's a rare person. If you want to succeed in life, get that diploma.
Definitely.
And it's student athlete, not athlete student. Student always comes before everything.
For sure.
But your mental health is key.
Mental health is definitely key. Mental health. Mental health is a big thing. Mental health. I don't think people understand mental health affects everything that you do. It affects everybody you hang with, everybody you're with, and then everything that you do. So if your mental health is first always. Because if your mental health isn't right, your academics aren't going to be right. If your mental health isn't right, your sports aren't going to be right. Anything you do is not going to be right if your mental health is not right.
Yep, let's see it. I see we have a caller on the line. Let's call him in.
Hello. Yo.
Hello?
Hello, how you doing? What's your name and what grade are you in?
I'm good. My name is Aaliyah Davis. I'm in 10th grade.
All right. How do you balance your student life, academics, relationships, and work life?
Well, I try to get a couple assignments done like during the school day, then go to practice when I get home. It's a lot of late nights, but I just try to get them done that night so they can be done.
All right. So, do you play any sports, basketball, or anything like that?
Yeah, I play basketball and I do track and field.
All right. So, what does your day look like with school, basketball? How do you try to fit like work in there and your mental health in there? And
Well, like I said before, I just try to do it like when I get right when I get home.
Mm-hmm.
I just try to do homework and yeah, that's.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
Yep.
It's a great conversation with Aaliyah. That's about all we have for today. Anything you would like to add?
Man, let's just hear one of your stories about how
why not? All right, so story I have, freshman year, as a freshman right now. It's a rough ride coming into freshman year. You don't know what to expect. You always think you know what you're gonna expect. Don't know what you're gonna expect. And you just come in, you think it's gonna be easy breezy. It's not, I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
If you think you're just gonna breeze through without trying, you gotta open a book. You gotta do your homework.
For sure.
No offense to middle school teachers, it's a lot easier in middle school than it is in high school.
Absolutely it is.
But just remember, mental health. It's probably the hardest things I've had to deal with like spring. I had football, musical, school, only like 2 hours in between those and after those where I could really do my work, and it's just hard. So you gotta remember, manage your time wisely. Do you have a story at all?
Time management is key. Yeah, man. Freshman year was a big struggle. You know, I didn't come in from a feeder school with the Catholics, so I didn't really know anybody. I knew like one or two people. I knew a group of people because of football and stuff like that. But I was struggling, you know, trying to meet new friends and do things, you know, get acquainted with everybody. It was good. It was hard at first, but like once you start to, you know, just go with your day and get the flow of everything, it's just everything feels so much easier. I feel like that's why school goes by so fast, because you're just so acquainted to everything and you have a schedule and everything just, your day just flies, you know? That's what I'm saying. High school, do not take high school for granted. Do not.
Well, that's all I think we have today. It's been a great episode here on the Couch Potato Podcast, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. Remember, mental health is key, and keep academics up always.
Handling stress is a universal life struggle. As individuals face pressure from work, relationships, school, and daily responsibilities, the challenge is to manage stress effectively to prevent it from impacting mental and physical health. Here is a closer look on the topic.
Have you ever felt the need to do something you wouldn't usually do because other people are doing it? If you have, you may have experienced peer pressure. Peer pressure is the feeling you need to do something because others are doing it. Although peer pressure is most experienced by teens, it usually first occurs when you are a kid, specifically when you are a child or adolescent. If it is not coped with or stopped, it will persist as you get older. The effects of peer pressure may include anxiety, depression, distance from family, changes in behavior, low self-esteem, and unhappiness. Peer pressure is often associated with poor behavior, leading individuals to do something they do not want to do. Although peer pressure is seen throughout all ages of people, teens seem to be affected by it the most.
A part of my story and my experience with peer pressure really came throughout the end of high school, through college, and the year after on my college break. I experienced probably the most severe peer pressure was the moment of my summer break of college when I was hanging out with people that I thought were my friends and I thought they cared about me. In particular, one was a really close friend, and they came up with this idea that they would commit a robbery of a drug dealer, and they wanted to involve me in this, and so they came and asked me to drive, but my first response was no because I was on my college break. But when they went to one of my closest friends, quickly the pressure I felt from not wanting to let my friend down, not wanting him to feel like he was all alone or by himself, my no turned to a yes, and I found myself going on this robbery with four other guys, along with one of my closest friends. And so that ultimately ended up turning into me being in a situation where the person lost their life, and all five of us found ourselves in jail facing capital murder. So that was my biggest and most severe time I ever faced peer pressure and what it would cost me.
Peer pressure is often associated with poor behavior, leading individuals to do something they do not want to do. Although peer pressure is seen throughout all ages of people, teens seem to be affected by it the most.
So one of the things I think that would be helpful into making it normal to say no under the circumstances of peer pressure, or if your friends come around you, is number one, just being comfortable in your skin. Knowing who you are, being okay with that, being fine with exactly who you are. The more comfortable you are in your skin, the more confidence you will have. One of the things I believe that make us so vulnerable to peer pressures is because we are just so uncomfortable with, am I liked or am I accepted? Will they be okay with me? Will they not? The more comfortable we become in our skin, the more you're able to look in the face of peer pressure and say, you know what, that's not me. I will not succumb to that.
Give me your lunch money.
Ah, please don't beat me up.
You're such a dork.
Fight! Defeat.
So what happened?
I got beat up by that Brock kid again.
Oh, that's no good. I think you should talk to a trusted adult about that.
Yeah?
Here, take this. It might help you.
Thanks. Hey, Dad. There's this bully at my school.
A bully? Tell me about it.
Well, his name's Brock, and every day he steals my lunch money and beats me up.
Oh, you can't just let him toss you around like that.
Well, what do I do?
Well, it sounds like you need to hit the weight room.
Huh.
But remember, fighting isn't always the answer. Sometimes you just gotta talk it out.
All right. Thanks, Dad.
Doing it in my weight room, huh?
Training?
You call that training, nerd? If you think you're so tough now, I'll help you meet after school. We can fight.
Okay, I accept!
Look who decided to show up.
Let's just get this over with.
Fight!
Enough.
What?
We shouldn't be fighting anymore, Brock. I can't stand this anymore.
What are you saying?
What you've been doing is wrong. Hurting people is bad. We should just stop fighting and be friends.
Okay.
What is social media? Well, according to the Oxford Dictionary, social media is websites and applications that enable users to create and share content online or to perform in social networking. Social media comes in many forms. You have your large social apps like Facebook and Instagram, you have your large platform apps like Twitter, and you have your video-based apps like TikTok and YouTube. They all create some sort of engrossment that almost locks our minds into these apps. But are they helping us or are they hurting us? Since the 2020 pandemic, we have seen an increase in the total entertainment screen use. This includes video games, movies, and social media. The jump in the 2 years after the pandemic is more than 6 times what it was in the 4 years prior to the pandemic. So, what's the cause? Part of the change is the ease of access that we have to our cell phones. More than 90% of Americans own a smartphone. Smartphones are growing faster and faster every year. They are gaining the ability to control our entire house with just a click of a button. Because we are able to control everything, we are just sitting in our bed or chairs and not wanting to get up and become lazy. We don't go outside and spend as much time with friends or family. In 2021, the APA did a survey on mental health in teens. They found out that around 40% of teens have reported depressive symptoms. Young are more receptive to social media's magnetism. While young, we yearn for attention, feedback, and recognition. Because of this, we're investing time into those apps to help fill some sort of desire that we need. If we don't, then we often feel some sort of longing that we need to fill. When we indulge, our brains release a feel-good chemical, which is causing addiction. Addiction can lead to sleep loss, isolation, and attention problems. What can we do to stop this? Talk about it. Discuss your concerns and experiences with social media. Make clear rules. Set boundaries and guidelines for social media use. Get parents involved. Collaborate with parents to address the challenges. Understand what social media can and can't do. Be aware of its impact on mental health. Be a good role model. Demonstrate responsible social media behavior.
New uniforms, old questions. I came from a place where the hallways echoed with laughter and chaos, where rules bent like plastic straws, where we wore what we felt, baggy hoodies, ripped jeans, 1,000 different selves expressed in a singular outfit. But then I transferred to the land of uniforms and rosaries, of morning prayers said by memory, of saints on the walls watching with quiet eyes. I didn't know what to think or to believe. They told me it's better education, safer, smaller, more structure. Ensured the lockers were cleaner, the bells rang softer, and the lunch came with options that weren't pizza or regret. but no one warned me how silence could be so loud. The students already knew when to kneel, when to cross themselves, or when to say amen. All the voices that didn't shake like mine did. I didn't know the prayer and I didn't know the codes. And although no one said it out loud, I felt it. I was the outsider, the public school kid, the one who hadn't read the Bible or memorized Hail Mary. We had chapel on Wednesdays. I sat in the pews staring at the pictures on the wall, trying to understand how to believe just because I was told to. They spoke of God like a friend, like he walked their halls, but I only met him in whispered bedtime prayers when I was scared of the dark. They talked about prayer like it was a thing you could check off, confess it, cleanse it, come back completely clean. But where I came from, mistakes were just life. Forgiveness wasn't always handed out in confessions. I tried to blend in, tucked in my shirt, bit back my questions, and learned the rhythm of rituals I didn't yet believe. And somewhere in between Peace Be With You and midterm exams, I began to see the beauty in things I didn't expect. Not in the rules, not in the uniforms, but in the discipline of silence and the way the whole school could pause to pray in the moment of stillness that held space for something bigger than grades or gossip. I found a friend. He didn't laugh when I stumbled over scripture. He helped me find the page in the Bible when I got lost. We talked about faith like it was a question instead of a command. And suddenly, this place stopped feeling like a test I wasn't ready for. It became a new kind of learning, not just equations and essays, but how to hold reverence and rebellion in the same breath. But I grew, not into someone I wasn't, but someone who could sit in the chapel and wonder just out loud. You can learn without losing the parts of me that I didn't quite fit into a prayer book. So yeah, I switched schools, and it wasn't easy, but maybe growing up isn't supposed to be. Maybe it's okay to feel like a stranger before you start feeling like a soul in the progress.
Are you just not gonna pull my chair out for me? Dude, what is your deal? You literally invited me to come and study with you, and then you're gonna act like this?
Look, I didn't have a good day at work.
Oh my
It's
gosh, here you go again. Why are you always taking stuff out on me? I get sick and tired of this. I'm not your personal therapist. You have a therapist for that, and I'm not her.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't have a good day at work.
I don't care. You can't keep taking this out on me. You're being a bad boyfriend, and I'm tired of dealing with it. You treat me like I'm the worst girl in the world that you could have ever ended up with, and I'm sick and I'm tired.
Well, if you're sick and tired, then leave.
I can't believe you would even suggest that. As long as we've been together 3 years. Why would we even break up now and start over? You're ridiculous. There are boys out here that are taller, more handsome, they have more money, they're more respectful, and I could be out there with them, but I'm stuck with a jerk of a boyfriend like you.
And I could find a better girl who's taller, who has more money as well, but you focus on me. You want to find another boyfriend? Find a boyfriend.
Ari, I'm tired. This is ridiculous. And I feel like I'm at wit's end. You're always mad at me. You're throwing things. You're being aggressive. You're playing violent. You're a bad boyfriend. You're a jerk.
Well, you're a bad girlfriend.
You know what? I'm not going to deal with this. I'm sick and I'm tired and I can't do this anymore.
No,
I can't do this anymore. Oh my God. What have I done? Ari! Oh my God! Somebody call 911!
Wow, toxic relationships, am I right? Come on now, that's not how a relationship should be. Let's take a look into what a healthy relationship looks like.
What are you doing?
Playing with a skeleton. What does it look like I'm doing?
Sorry, are you mad?
No, I'm just playing with a skeleton. You're the one that asked me what I was doing when it's clear what I'm doing.
Are you sure you're not mad?
Yeah? Why are you asking me if I'm mad?
Because you sound mad.
I'm not mad. Can you, leave me alone?
You seem mad.
I'm not mad.
But you seem off.
Well, how do I seem off?
You're angry?
I'm not angry.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Is there anything you want to talk about?
No.
Are you sure?
Maybe.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
You gotta tell me.
No.
Or I'm snitching to your mom.
You can't snitch to my mom
That
about
you're
something.
a meanie weenie.
I'm not a meanie weenie.
Yes, huh?
Nuh-uh.
Alright, tell me, get to the point.
I don't know. I've just been so stressed lately. And this morning when I woke up and I went on Instagram before I texted you, I saw you liked a girl's bikini pic. And that just ruined my day.
It was yours.
It's the middle of winter. What do you mean it's mine?
It was like your old post from last summer.
Oh yeah, I did repost it. I forgot about that. My bad.
It's okay this time.
Sorry. But yeah, I've just been really stressed lately, and I really don't know what to do, like with work and everything, since I just got my new job.
You've been working for one day, and you're stressed about working for one day.
Yes, everyone's so much older than me. I feel like they don't like me, and I want people to like me.
Wait, not everybody has to like you. You're new.
You don't like me?
Oh, I did not say that.
But you kind of did. You said not everyone has to like you. Does that mean you're referring to yourself?
No, why do you say that?
I don't know. I've just been overthinking so much.
Why have you been overthinking?
I don't know, because I feel like you don't like me anymore.
I do like you.
But it doesn't feel like that.
I still keep going back and forth saying I do like you, and you think I don't like you.
Do you like me? Would you still like me if I was a worm?
You just ruined the whole skit.
Holy, did you see the difference between those two couples? One couple didn't even get through a fake fight without laughing and not taking it seriously. And the other, well, we don't need to bring that up.
You know what? I'm not going to deal with this. I'm sick and I'm tired and I can't do this anymore. No way! I can't do this anymore.
Unhealthy and toxic relationships are surrounding us. Sometimes you can see it and sometimes you can't. If you or someone else has seen or is trapped in a toxic relationship, there are many resources that can help you. We are all here to help you.
A study done by the Family Violence Prevention Fund found that 1 in 3 young people ages 13 and 18 will be in an abusive or unhealthy relationship. Another study published in Psychology Today found that 60% of teens stay in unhealthy or toxic relationships. There are many types of toxic relationships in modern dating culture. Some people might not even notice that they're in a toxic relationship. Here are some signs that a relationship might be toxic. Here are some real-life examples of what a toxic relationship might look like.
Come on, we're gonna be late for class. You gotta hurry up.
I'm trying.
Come on, we gotta.
What are you doing?
We're late.
Jeez, you always take so long when you get a drink of water. I have to hold your hair every single time.
I can't help it.
You could, cut your hair or something, make it shorter. So I don't have to stand here holding your hair in the middle of the hallway with busy people.
Modern technology also has led to toxic relationships over the phone. Here's what those might look like. Not all toxic relationships are romantic, though. Friends can be toxic, too.
I saw you at the musical yesterday. You
Absolutely
did great.
fire. Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
He's getting filled on stage. Did you see that? He's so
Yo.
If you or someone you know might be struggling with a toxic relationship, first of all, try and remove yourself from that relationship. And find support through groups like the National Dating Abuse Hotline or your local groups like Heather's Closet. Secondly, keep yourself safe. If you think you're in any danger, contact law enforcement or a trusted adult. Thank you for listening. Stay safe.
Tryna break free, but the world is in a chokehold. See too many youngins out here losing hope though. Pressure on my back, but I carried on my solo. Tired of the streets, all the hate and all the violence. We just tryna live, but they force us to survive it. Know some boys caught up in know some boys caught up in the system. They don't wanna see them thriving. Chains on their wrist, but they mind still climbing. Living in a world where the truth need timing.
TBH, huh? To be honest, honestly, I'm using honesty. That's the best policy. I'm a good role model. That's why they rock with me. And I'm modest using modesty.